Today is Tuesday, July 8th, 2025. It's 7:57 in the afternoon or night, and it looks like it's still 82 degrees, but it's raining. So maybe let me bring this a little closer so I don't get soaked. I'm doing this in the trunk of my car today. Yes, this is the new HyperGo. I ordered it from Amazon. And the reason I ordered from Amazon, I know it's a few dollars more, but I don't like ordering from, I think it's called Banggood or one of those other sites, as it took like a month to get my order. And I don't order from them directly because both times they screwed up, but the first time they sent me the wrong color, but it was not only the wrong color, the different color was different specs. It was actually the cheaper one. And when I opened the box, the receipt had the right order, but they still messed it up somehow. And then the second one was actually it was for this car. I ordered this directly from them. And after a month and a half, I emailed them saying, where's my RC? And they're like, oh, we can't deliver it to you in the United States because of the tariffs. Of course, my next question was, and what's the plan? Because you can't just keep my money. It's a month and a half. They said, oh, we apologize. We'll send it back tomorrow. They did refund me the next day, but why did I have to contact them a month and a half later? And I still ordered I actually ordered the Bronco that they came out with, which I know some people hate. I actually like it. I ordered that from another place in China, and they delivered it with no problem. I think they just charged me a few extra bucks, like 20 extra bucks. So anyway, I know it's going to be a little dark here because I'm in my trunk. Let me see how dark it is, though. Hold on. You can see so far. It didn't get that dark yet. So let's see. Like I said, I ordered this from Amazon. I think it was $189. I think if I ordered it from HyperGo, it was $149, I think. But that's got canceled on me. So here you go. Wow, it's a small sucker. Huh. Small sucker. And yes, I'm trying to enjoy being outside because for some reason we just have rain every day. Every other day we have a good day, then we have rain. A good day. Matter of fact, it actually showed rain like 10 days in a row. We've just been lucky that the rain has been in the nighttime. But man, if it was during the day, it would have been depressing. I mean, just rain after rain after rain. It's like, give us a break. We actually had nothing but rain since April. Usually we get into the pool at the end of May. We start using the pool. We didn't start using the pool until the end of June. Now that may not seem like a big deal, but when you only get a few months of pool use, I think last year, the last time we went in the pool was the end of July, like July 28th. Then August, you have days that are okay, but they're not that warm. We just never went back in it. So losing almost a month is pretty rough. Now, to be honest, I'm not even sure why I ordered this one, and I'll tell you why. It uses clips, and I hate clips. I hate them. I hate clips. And this looks just like, I shouldn't say it looks just like, but the Armor Chrome, that has the best clipless system I mean, you could do it in the dark. You don't even have to see it. It's perfect. And I actually have the brush version and the brushless version. And originally I was going to get rid of the brush version and just keep the brushless. But what I realized is I like the shell and I could use a new set of wheels eventually. So I'm just going to take the shell off, use the wheels, and maybe just give, you know, the rest of it away. But man, that shell is something else. Hold on, people. Trying to get this in the garbage. Not easy. Not easy. In 1 second, I'll be right back over there. To be honest, I ordered, well, I already have it, the Wholesome, however you say it, their short, what do you call it, car. And that also used clips. So why did I buy this when I have one that already has a better body, to be honest? I just want to see how this one works. It definitely is probably as fast as the brushless one from Armor. The only thing this is going to have that the Armor don't is lights, which I don't know why. At the very least, they don't give you an upgraded kit so that you could add them yourself. That I don't like from Armor, but their Chrome is something else. Let's see what we have here. Is this the typical remote from MJX? Pretty sure it's the one. Yep. No, this is a little different. Okay. This is a little different. As soon as I get this off my hand, I'll show you what I mean by a little different. Wow. This has a case for the top to close it. Wow, you have a separate LED button. I don't know if you can turn the gyro on and off. I'm trying to see if you can or not. But yeah, this is definitely different. This is the only, I think this is the only one like this from them, remote. And I have probably 8 or 9 of them already. Let's take the body off. Let's see what we have going on underneath. Okay. You do have it connected. I wish we had a quick something to disconnect the lights with easier. Let me see if there's any juice in here. A lot of times there's a little juice. Yep. Figured. I just got to get batteries for the remote. It looks like they gave you another set of tires, but they look like they're exactly the same, just a different color. So instead of white and black, instead of all black, you have white. To be honest, that's probably better than giving you like drift tires, because to be honest, I don't use the drift tires at all. I mean, it's nice, I guess, that a few of them have them just in case if I ever decide to drift, but I don't. I bought one drift only car once, the Red Cat, the one that comes in like burnt orange or silver. And I didn't even get it on sale. I paid like the full price, which was almost $400. I know they go on sale for $200 often. But it says you could use it on concrete, so I used it in my driveway. And when I tell you I used it in my driveway, it was terrible. It ran like the worst RC like the cheapest RC. It just didn't work well on concrete. And I don't have a place to drift with, so that was one of the few cars that I returned. I did like the way it looks. I did like the way it looked. And I do have some cars that I just kept because I like the way they look. But that one I didn't want to keep because there was no way I was ever going to get a chance to use it. I don't have any drift tracks near me. And even if I found one, it's going to be 45 to an hour away. And I'm not, most likely traveling that far. And if I do, it'd only be once. Hold on. I want to show you guys what I want to show you guys. The cloud up there. Look at the cloud. Crazy, right? Okay. Anyway, like I said, I just got this in the mail. I did pay $189 through Amazon. Amazon has them right now. And what's nice with Amazon is you don't have to wait weeks. You literally get it in a day or two. This has a nice body. This body reminds me of the Armor body, the Armor Chrome body. And like I said, I was going to test it versus the brushless one because, to be honest, this is probably at least as fast as the brushless Chrome. And like I said, what's nice about this is it has lights. What's really nice with the brushless Chrome, the Mojave, is that the clipless system, you could do it blindfolded. You could do it in the dark. It literally just sits in like this. You push it down and it finds itself. Like you don't even have to worry about lining anything up. It's probably the best clipless system out of, I have 170 something RCs. It's probably the best clipless system out of all of them. The other company that does clipless really good is Traxxas. They have quite a few good clipless RCs that also don't require a lot of fumbling. Some companies, the clipless system is almost, you might as well just have clips because it's such a pain in the butt to line it up. You have to do like multiple things. It takes forever. If your hands are cold, if the car's dirty, it takes forever. The one from Armor literally just goes like this, presses down, and it's locked in. And like I said, originally I was going to get rid of. I have two of the the Mojaves. I bought the original brush version. Then they came out with the brushless, and I bought the brushless. Originally I was going to sell the brush version or give it away, but then I realized I like the shell. I like the body, and I'll need another set of wheels, so let me just take it apart. And I'm going to keep the shell, I'm going to keep the wheels, and maybe I'll just give everything else away. But it gave me a body to paint. As a matter of fact, I've been trying to get all the stickers off for the last few hours in my basement because I'm going to paint it. I want to see how it's going to come out. I'm not going to do a crazy job. I'm probably just going to paint it all one color and then, paint the windows. I'm not doing anything slick. But again, I could use the wheels, that's what's nice about this car. It's nothing special. It's just another set of wheels. So if you do abuse this car, you have another set of wheels. And to be honest, I don't think I went through a set of wheels with any of my RCs yet. I didn't use any of them enough. To be honest, I'm just coming back to a lot of them now. That's why I'm not pulling the trigger on every sale that's out there right now. Valario, they have their 4-year anniversary. To be honest, most of the stuff they're selling on sale, you could get on Amazon at a better price all year. The only RC that I don't have from them that's actually not a bad price is the AK787. I have the other version, but I don't have the the 787. I don't have that version. And right now the the carbon version is $299.99. The best you could get it for on Amazon right now is $359, I think, or $349. And they don't even have the white and blue one. They only have the orange and green one. The only other car I would get from Valario is their new crawler, the new 7 scale. But I bought the 7 scale crawler that they came out with a few months back that has all the accessories like the roof tent. I don't find myself using it because it's too big of an RC and I don't use the extra accessories. That's why I was actually going to sell it and get the new one, because the new one doesn't have all those accessories. And to me, those accessories, I play with the RC car. I'm not setting up scenes, so like all the extra stuff to me is I don't want to say it's garbage, but that's not something that I use. So the new one is actually nicer, but I don't want to store these 7 scale trucks because they're pretty big. Traxxas has a lot of good sales going on right now too. I was tempted on buying the what is it? Which one is it? The Supra, because not only do you get, I think, $50 off, but you could also, the other coupon for the free battery and free charger, that's also included. So for like $340, you're getting the car and the free battery and the free charger, which isn't a bad deal. But I have the Raptor R Ultimate coming, the black and gold, and I don't want to get another RC from them and then next week they come out with something. I'm like, man, I should have kept the space for that, because now my space is being limited. I'm at 170 something RCs. I have the Raptor R coming, the Ultimate, this week. I have 2 RCs coming from Fair RC. I have another car coming from Losi. And I'm trying to think, did I order anything else that I'm waiting for? I have 2 coming tomorrow. 2 coming tomorrow from Fair RC. I have the one coming from Losi. I have the Raptor R Ultimate coming. And man, I can't even remember if I have anything else coming. So the point is, I don't want to order something, even though that there's actually a few Traxxas RCs that interest me. I would also get not the Bronco, but the Defender. I have the Bronco, both sizes, and I have the Defender on the 18 scale, but I don't have the 10 scale. So I would get the Defender. Hello. I would get the Defender on the 10 scale, and I would also get the Supra that I was just talking about. But my luck, something comes out really good next month, and then I'm like, man, like I said, my space is at a premium right now. I'm actually getting rid of, between eBay and giving some RCs to you guys, I'm actually going to get rid of probably a dozen RCs. I'm just keeping what I really like. I'm not just keeping just to keep anymore. Not that I ever did, but I would buy, and then if I liked one over the other. And to be honest, sometimes I would buy one that I didn't even expect to really like, and then it turned out to be like one of my favorite. Like somebody asked me the other day, well, why do you keep buying them? Sometimes I buy something that I didn't think I'd like, and it turns out to be one of my favorite. So it's hard to tell. And you know, for me, what's the word for it? Like to me, I'm new, so all of these names don't mean too much to me. Like this Hypergo, I mean, I know certain brands right now because of being in the hobby for the last year, but I still give other RC brands a chance. Like I said, I just picked up, I believe you pronounce it Wholesome, the Wholesome car that looks something very similar to this. So yeah, I give everybody a fair chance. Matter of fact, last week I bought a car from Amazon that was like $69. And it was a crawler, but it was actually a decent one. I actually enjoyed it. So, man, I can't believe it's raining out there. I wanted to get out there with my RC a little bit. But I'm telling you, if you look at New York weather, it shows rain like 10 days straight. If we're lucky, it comes a little late like today, so we were still able to go in the pool a little bit. Hopefully it don't rain like during the day for the next few days. But man, this year the weather's really been sad. And I know it's not just New York weather. We were in Florida in February 17th to the 23rd, and the weather was so cold that we couldn't use we stayed at, what's the one that has the train that goes through it? That's right by Magic Kingdom. Is that the Contemporary? Yeah, I think so. We stayed there for the first time, and the pools were they were empty. Nobody was in them. There was lifeguards that were walking around that was so cold. They were like, going like this. They were so cold. It's actually sad. I remember being in Florida the day after Valentine's Day, February 15th, which is ironically my son's birthday, but this was way before he was born, probably 20 years ago, 25 years ago. It was hot enough that, during the day, you'd still have a 90-something degree day for the pool. And I know you still get some hot days during the winter in Florida, but the last two times I was there, which was February of 23 and November of 23 and February of 2025. Both times I couldn't get into the pool. Too cold. And the year prior when we went, it was so bad the last 3 days were rained out. Not a little bit of rain. I mean, rain where you couldn't do nothing but stay in the hotel. And when you're paying Disney prices to stay in the hotel for 3 days, you could get, kind of sad. One day, the day right before we left, it stopped raining for like 10 minutes. So we jumped in a lift. And just as we got to Epcot, we didn't even get through the park yet, and it was pouring again. And then most of the rides were shut down, and we just jumped back in a cab to go back to the hotel. But how sad is that? And yes, I know it's, the climate is changing, but I'm not such a believer that it's us changing it. It's not because we're not using paper straws. It's just going to change. More people on Earth. But even if it wasn't for more people on Earth, it's constantly moving. I guaranteed if we kept track of the weather 1,000 years ago and 5,000 years ago, it would have been different than it is today. It just is. There's nothing, you could throw billions of dollars at it. You're better off throwing that billions of dollars into cancer research because, there's only so much that you could do on Earth. It is going to change. I would love to see, I'm in Westchester, New York. I would love to see, even 500 years from now, we may have Florida weather and they may have our weather. Or we may have, who knows, we may have like Europe, like in Portugal, where they don't get snow, or at least where my mother-in-law is, but the coldest they get is like 50 degrees. Who knows? I know one thing, I saw a documentary that if we stay on Earth too long, eventually the sun will be too close. I mean, you're talking millions of years from now, but eventually we're going to have to find another place because, we're going to get too close to the sun. But yeah, the rain is going to stop me from, charging this up, putting batteries in it. The lightning bugs are off the hook. This year, I don't think I've ever seen more lightning bugs. And lightning bugs don't play. I mean, they land right on your shoulder. I mean, I literally got like 4 of them right here. And it's funny, they only come around this time of year. They'll be gone in another 2 weeks, they'll be gone. It's almost like the summer's eggnog. Eggnog in New York, we get usually right after Halloween. This year, it took a little longer. It took a few weeks after Halloween. But you get eggnog up until New Year's. Well, lightning bugs is our summer eggnog. We have them for a few weeks, and then they vanish. Too bad the mosquitoes don't vanish. My phone, is it getting wet? Not much. But yeah, it's, there's times I just like sitting out here too. I know this has nothing to do with the RC cars, but I remember being out here 4 months ago. It was too cold to stand out here too long. Granted, we didn't have the killer winters like we used to, but it's still too cold to sit there with an RC car, with the controller in your hand. And we didn't get much snow. We only got a few days of really tiny snow. You see how quiet it is over here too? I grew up in the Bronx. Probably probably take me 20 minutes to get there from here. And it is like you wouldn't even like if somebody blindfolded you and took you from one place to another, you wouldn't even know how, like you would think you're so far away. It's so quiet here. And where I lived in the Bronx, I have to say I had a good time growing up. A little dangerous, but there was always something to do. I remember being outside. I was born in 73. I remember 83 and 84 as my best years for playing outside. And it's funny because my son is 11 and I could never picture him just telling me, I'll see you, I'm going outside to play, I'll talk to you later. But we used to just get up and get out. We used to play baseball early, then basketball and football, and then at night manhunt. And that's what I look forward to. We didn't go to camp. We didn't have no big vacations. I played baseball a few seasons and I did karate a few seasons. Today, forget it. If your kids are only doing baseball and karate, I mean, kids are literally doing, it's nuts. Kids can't just be kids and hang out anymore. I don't know how it is the rest of the planet, but in New York, forget it. They're doing camps on top of camps on top of camps. What the hell was that? Something came running over here. I don't know what it was. All we have over here are squirrels, chipmunks, bunnies. Coyotes we don't see too often, but they are here because everybody shows it on their ring like they just captured a lion. It's 8:25. I almost don't even want to go inside. I just like hanging out with you guys. I'm hoping to go on live tonight and maybe play some Switch 2 games. When the Switch 2 came out, actually I have some games coming tomorrow too. I have the new, what's being delivered tomorrow? Something being delivered. I want to say it's the PlayStation 5, the skateboarding game. There's a limited edition one that actually comes with a skateboard tomorrow. Should be delivered. That's another thing I have to stop doing. Buying games to just sit on them. That's another story for another day, another show. But I probably have 300 or 400 games between the PlayStation, the Switch 1, the Switch 2, the Xbox. Every time something I think I like is coming out, I pre-order it. The problem is it comes and it just stays downstairs. Like if I showed you how many collector edition, how many different collector editions I didn't open yet that are in my basement, probably 50 or 60 of them. And some of those boxes are yay big. Man, it's starting to rain harder now. But yeah, I gotta stop ordering them because even if I lived to be 100, I probably wouldn't get a chance to play them all. So I'm wasting money now just buying them. You just don't want to not get it because then if you want it in the future, especially with limited editions, and I still like physical games, that's why I don't love the Switch 2 and their key cards. But even the Switch 2, I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I bought 7 or 8 Switch 2 games, including the one that came with Mario Kart World or whatever. I haven't tried playing any of them, not one. Except Mario Kart World. I did play with 8-Bit Eric a few nights ago because he created a room, and I played for like 20 minutes, not even. But I may create a room tonight, even though that's not my favorite game. Maybe I'll play another game with you guys. I'm also going to do an eBay Live. I know I have to connect my eBay and my BMX Museum account to, and my Instagram account to my YouTube. Because if you're a subscriber to my YouTube channel, you automatically get 10% off anything that's on my eBay. And I have a lot going on my eBay. My Apple Vision Pros, which I use for less than an hour, is going on it. I have the Apple case with it as well. I have MetaQuest 2 VR glasses. Those I use maybe an hour and a half. But I have the accessories that I didn't even open the box, like the extended battery. Never use them. Didn't even open the box. I have new PlayStation and Switch games. How that happens is I buy a game, but then I end up getting the collector edition, and I don't need both. So I end up, with 2 copies, and I usually don't open them because I don't get a chance to play them yet. So I probably have 7 or 8 games from all the systems that I'm going to put on eBay. And of course, you guys get 10% off. I'm also going to do giveaways. I did a giveaway last week and somebody won something. They won a Pow Kitty handheld. As a matter of fact, it went out today. And I included another special bonus because they were the first contest winner, first person to participate. Next week, I'm going to give away an RC car. I'm going to give away another handheld gaming controller. I'm going to give away another Switch controller. I'm going to give away a lot of items. All you have to do is be a subscriber to the channel, leave a comment which one you want, and I'm going to pick winners. I ask that you live in the lower 48 states for now because these items pain in the neck to ship overseas at the moment. Eventually, I'll do stuff for everybody, but right now it's for the lower 48 only. But yeah, I'll get some eBay shows up. And like I said, I'll connect my eBay so that you guys actually could go on my eBay. And again, before you buy anything, you send me a message saying, hey, I'm a subscriber to the channel. This is who I am. And I'll give you the code. And it's not 10% off one thing. It's 10% off anything you buy, your whole order. And it's not just once. As long as you're a subscriber, you have 10% off. And there'll be days that you get more than 10% off. Maybe free shipping with it, but at the very least, it's 10% off. Just the way I want to give back to the community. Oh, it's a skunk. That's what that bastard was. There was a skunk right there. And I knew I smelled him earlier too. Man, I smelled the skunk smell over there. I'm going to pack up because I don't want to get skunked. But yeah, I will be back live tonight. Let me see. Let me show you guys. If you guys can see the skunk. He was over here. The skunk was right over here. Yeah, I don't want to get skunked. All right, everybody. Again, thanks for watching. I'll go live tonight. Don't forget, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel a lot, especially these little channels. I appreciate everything. Ciao.